Welcome to some random gaming news. There's going to be some links down below in the description box to credit where I got this information from. First and foremost, we're going to have The Last of Us Part 2 remastered for PS5, the official trailer. Here we're going to get into a couple of quick pieces of information. So it comes out January the 19th, 2024, so in just a couple of months. For people that already own the game, it's going to be $10 US to upgrade. And if you have the disc version of this game, you're going to have to keep that inserted in the disc drive of your PS5. So you're going to have the disc drive version of the PS5 or the PS5 Slim with, the disc drive or the detachable one. Okay? And let's get into a little bit of info here. What makes it different other than just, it looks prettier? One of the most intriguing parts, it says here, of the remaster will be a new roguelike no return mode, which sounds very involved. You choose a character and then try to survive in randomized encounters. It's not clear if actual maps are randomized, and surviving lets you win meta progression to enhance your character's abilities, unlock cosmetics, and complete on global daily challenges in the leaderboards. What I do know that's been stated is that you're going to be able to, for the first time, play as some of the characters in The Last of Us franchise as a whole that we've never been able to play as before. So that's going to be really interesting, and they're going to have like unique traits and stuff like that. The remastered here implies improved AV aspects, so audio-visual. The new release will take advantage of the PS5's enhanced capabilities, giving you the usual choice of 4K fidelity mode or 1440p upscale to 4K performance mode that runs at 60 FPS. And whichever mode you choose, the game will look better in general, thanks to variable refresh rate support, improved LUT settings, sharper textures, smoother animation rates, and so on. DualSense controller features like adaptive triggers will be leveraged as well. As is its tendency, Naughty Dog is also going to, do the whole behind-the-scene thing, give you some extra amount of commentary from various creative, some of the voice actors, and these lost levels, you'll actually be able to play through some of those levels as well. There's going to be a free mode where you can just play the guitar, do any chord you want. I don't know if you'll be able to solo like Kirk Hammett from Metallica, for example. But yeah, you can also expect an array of smaller additions, including like a speedrun challenge mode, improved photo taking functionality, bonus skins, and clothing for your characters as well. There it is right here, the expanded guitar playing that'll let you expand the sound possibility. Yeah. So there you have it. That is pretty neat. So this is No Return, the roguelike mode. This is actual, like I said, I gotta mute it in case I get a copyright strike. So we can see there's a character here. Not too sure who that character is, and I don't know if it's I don't know if it's a guy or girl, but whatever. New person there. That's what it looks like there. Then it looks like that's another character there. I can't make out who that character is. Looks like there's another one there, showing you a quick snapshot. And then, if I'm not mistaken, that's Ellie's girlfriend. I just don't remember her name. It looks like that's who that is. So that's really cool that you get to play all these different characters in this survival mode. Yeah, this girl right here. Yeah, right there. At least that's who I think it is. Again, everything's like moving so fast, I can't really tell. Now, to me, this is definitely a welcomed addition. It surprises me, though. It shocks me. So Naughty Dog is willing to do this, but we can't get like Red Dead Redemption. I know they're different developers, I'm just saying. But we can't get Red Dead Redemption 2, Rockstar, to just toggle the switch and just let RDR2 to run at 60 FPS on the PS4 like Ubisoft did with Assassin's Creed Odyssey, Far Cry 5. Just unlock it. You don't have to give us any enhancements. Just as is, let it go. Which brings me to this point. I'm very, very content with the $10 upgrade fee. That's worth it for me. $10? Are you kidding me? But I'm shocked that they're doing it because graphically, if you compare The Last of Us Part 2, which is a PS4 title, and you look at The Last of Us Part 1, remaster on the PS5, that's a PS5 native title. Whereas the PS4 version for The Last of Us Part 2 is just that. It's a PS4 version. Now, it does have unlocked 60 FPS, which came out in a later update. I'm not going to lie. I can tell the difference, but it's not like, whoa, like night and day, right? So this is going to bring it more on parity to Part 1 on the PS5. Too many parts. Good thing there's only 2 of them. Too much math this early in the day for me. I'm just really excited with the new modes and all that. Like, honestly, I would have paid $10 for everything they're upgrading, even if it just would have remained the PS4 version. I was hoping I was going to save some extra room on my PS5, but it looks like that's not going to happen, and I'm going to have to delete a game. Oh, and you are going to be able to import your saves. I forgot to mention that earlier on, because I do try to make these as fast as I can, but at the same time, I want to have fun with these, because the direction of my channel, it's never really taken off. I'm doing okay in terms of money every month, but all in all, things aren't going that good. This kind of stuff I enjoy much more than reading patch notes all the time and all that. This is a different change of pace. Okay? Oh, in other news, because I at least wanted to have something different here. Ark Survival Ascended. These are all games that I care about, by the way. Sells over 600,000 copies on Steam in just 2 weeks, which is impressive considering how old the game is. And, you know, it still has some bugs and stuff like that. Now, as for the release date, which keeps getting pushed constantly, there's been an issue with the certification process. That's why it hasn't come out on Xbox. However, whether you're PlayStation or Xbox, the game is still expected to come out by the end of this month. So, like in the next week and a half. Ark Survival Ascended, by the way, is like The Last of Us Part 2 PS5. It's a complete remaster. I don't mean the game's the same. I mean it's a complete remaster from the ground up using a new engine, the whole thing. And yeah, and that's to tie us over because Ark 2 has been delayed. There's just been a lot of delays. But right now you need like a NASA computer to run it on PC. I haven't even bothered trying it, to be honest with you. I have no interest in that. I'm just going to wait for it to drop on, you know, PlayStation or Xbox or whatever and have my fun with that. This is one of my favorite games of all time, even though I've only ever made a couple of videos on it. It's a very intense game. Whether you're playing single player... Well, no, that's not true. Single player, you can make it so it's not tense. I meant whether you're playing solo but online on an online server, it can be very dramatic. One of the most dramatic games I've ever played in the history of my life, because you could take hours and hours and hours to just tame something that took you hours and hours and days to farm, and then get disconnected, you fall from the sky, and then your bird gets trampled by a fucking dodo. And that's it. It's done. You're a done deal. Or you're trying to sleep in real life, but you can't because you have to wake up to feed your little baby Quetzals or some shit. It can be very, very wild. I've always been, for the most part, a solo tribe. I've accomplished things that aren't really like, oh, that's so cool. Nothing to brag about. It's because I put the time in. And I've failed a lot. One of my biggest epic fails, and I can laugh at it because whatever. If you've played Ark, there is a thing where you can build a water platform. It takes a lot of materials, and it looks like a gigantic square, and it's open in the middle. It's like you can make a water base. You could put like a bunch of metal ceilings in the middle, you know, make yourself a metal base. On the water, I had one of those with a bunch of cryogenic tanks, whatever they're called. I had a massive base. It was like my offshore thing, and I had a lot of super rare, hard to tame tames in there, dinos, whatever. And one day, I noticed that one of my ceiling pieces on the ground, you see, when you connect your pieces, okay, you can actually rotate them sometimes. So if you have like a piece right here, let me make sure my finger is out properly. We're near the end of the video, so I can do this here. It's a little too big. No, like that. So let's say I have a piece, right here. A ceiling piece right here. Then I have one to the left, which is your right because my camera's flipped, and one on this side. When you put that piece down, is it connecting to this piece or that piece? And then that can sometimes rotate the ceiling piece, even though there's not like an official rotate button. Well, there is with the bumper. And the little nubs and stuff sometimes won't line up. You'll see, it just looks weird. So I went to delete a ceiling piece. I had finished the whole thing. The whole thing. And I must have lagged or something. And instead of selecting the ceiling piece, I selected the actual water platform. And I deleted it, and everything just crumbled. You know, like a building. It was pretty dramatic. Everything, I just said, I was done. I was solo. Didn't have a way for me to basically get myself out of that. It was just impossible. I just took my losses and said, you know, screw it. I still had like a base off to the side. I must have built and rebuilt, you know, over the years since it first came out on early access on PC. Then I did Xbox, then I did PlayStation. It was just absolutely insane what I've been through. What most of us have been through that have given this game any type of real time to it. It's insane. And I'm looking to do it all over again. So there may be a small series on that coming up. Just know that I'm not claiming to be good. I'm not claiming to know what I'm doing or to be entertaining. When it comes out, if it runs fairly smooth, I am probably going to do like a small mini-series, kind of like what I do with my World of Warcraft, my American Truck Simulator stuff. Just like regular games that I go back to play in my rotation and stuff like that. Because this is one of those rare games that I would go back to play on a regular basis. Whereas like games like Witcher or Skyrim, no offense, like I've deleted those. It's nothing against those games. I have 60 games on my PlayStation 5. They have to be like my absolute favorite games that I can just keep going back to and non-stop just get into the action. Like the last Surviving Jedi Star Wars game. That thing blew me away with the replay value. I beat the game a couple of times. I can have it on the hardest difficulty. I could just roam around, and it's like the Souls game, where you rest at a bonfire, brings back all the enemies. You could just go around for the sake of just playing. Because when you love a game so much, and you just enjoy the regular gameplay loop, it doesn't matter if you have all the outfits, all the lightsaber colors. By the way, I used to call the lightsaber the life saver for years, and people used to be like, just the lifesaver. And for years, nobody corrected me until someone was just like, dude, it's a light saber. And I was like, but it's really a lifesaver to have that pew pew thing, you know? Yeah, so anyways, so that's that. And there you go. That's why I only covered 2 pieces of, gaming news, because it took me almost 15 minutes just to tell you everything that I told you. Yeah. But like I said, this right here, no joke, along with, the odd other games that I play on a regular basis, this is the stuff that I enjoy the most. Making guides for games, showing you how to do stuff, can be very, very difficult, very time-consuming. It is what it is. Most of my content, like I said, doesn't do well at all. But I still do them to keep the algorithm going on the channel so it doesn't completely go down the toilet. But this stuff right here is probably some of my favorite, because I'm not getting distracted by actually playing a game. I just get to blink 182 times a minute and just go off on some gaming news, because I'm passionate about video games in general. And it's a very undivisive kind of topic as well, right? Compared to talking about politics and stuff like that, and religion and all those other things like I do on my other channel, because I got 3 channels. Let me tell you, the people in the comment section of my news and politics and controversy channel, they're not as kind as when you're talking about video games. Even if you do the whole debate between Xbox and PlayStation, That's nothing compared to discussing Trump versus Biden. That shit will divide like a Ginsu knife on crack, right? That's enough rambling. Thumbs up if you did enjoy the video. Some miracle that you enjoyed it. It does greatly help support the channel with the algorithm. You didn't like it, that's fine. That's fine. Go ahead, give it a thumbs down. We'll bend it in half, we'll twist it, and Abby will be your girlfriend. And if you want to subscribe, I don't even need to finish that sentence. Of course, that'd be great. But if not, thanks for stopping by anyways. Take care. And maybe, if I'm lucky, I'll see maybe some of you in the next one. Bye for now.